What happens when a man born into power chooses to destroy it? When does a child of the empire become its greatest enemy? This is the story of the Pharaoh of Defiance, the ruler who stood alone against a god-king dynasty and changed the fate of a nation. Ancient Egypt, a civilization carved in stone and sand. Beneath its splendor lay a brutal truth, a world built on the backs of the oppressed. The empire's taxes broke the backs of farmers. Priests held the law, and soldiers silenced dissent with bronze blades. The gods were silent, the pharaoh was distant, and the people were forgotten. In every corner of the empire, the cry for justice was buried under sand and silence. A traitor or a savior. But within the walls of privilege, a spark was lit. A young noble, son of a royal advisor, began to see beyond the palace walls. He witnessed the empire's cruelty, the broken lives of those he was taught to ignore. And so he vanished. Was he dead? Or had he become something else? A traitor or a savior? Rise of the rebel Pharaoh. The man who would become the Pharaoh of Defiance began his journey not with armies, but with questions. Why must the gods serve the rich? Why must the poor die for monuments? He built alliances in silence. Former soldiers, exiled priests, tribes beyond the river. From ashes, he forged an uprising. The empire strikes first. But the empire had eyes. Whispers of rebellion reached the capital. The ruling pharaoh, a god in human flesh, sent his scorpion guard. Their orders: find the traitor, burn the resistance, leave no survivors. Entire settlements were razed. Children disappeared. Anyone who spoke his name was silenced. The Pharaoh of Defiance had become a threat. Turning point, the Battle of the Dunes. With nowhere left to run, the Pharaoh of Defiance made his choice. No more hiding. He would fight, and his army, farmers, outcasts, soldiers who once served the throne, would stand with him. They met in the Valley of Dunes. Outnumbered, outmatched, but not broken. He led the charge himself, not from a golden chariot, but from the front line. Legacy forged in blood. Victory was not clean. It was carved in blood and pain. But it was theirs. The empire retreated, humiliated. And across the Nile, the people began to whisper again, but this time with hope. The Pharaoh of Defiance did not seize the throne. He gave it to the people. Temples became gathering halls. Fields became schools. And for the first time in centuries, Egypt belonged to its children. History does not record his real name. It calls him a rebel, a traitor, a messiah. But the people remember him simply as Pharaoh of the people. His story is not just one of war. It's about a man who dared to ask, why not freedom? And when no one answered, he built the answer himself. Would you have followed him? The greatest empires are not the ones that last, but the ones that inspire. If you enjoyed this video, like, comment, and subscribe to Cyber Theo for more epic stories from history, real and reimagined.